Good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, it's a little bit of a different video. In a minute or two, I'm going to show you a painting I'm working on. I'd like to share it with you guys. I'm going to show you very early stages of it, and it doesn't look like much right now, but there's a reason I want to show it to you like this so you can see my process and how much it'll change by the time when you see when it's done. All right. This has to do with Audrey. It's part of my grieving process. Let me talk about this a little bit. I don't know how much I've mentioned this to you guys before. We weren't currently intimate in dating, but she was my best friend. She was the person I still confided in all the time. We were each other's boyfriend and girlfriend in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. We went on school trips together, holding each other's hands and stuff like that. And we went our own ways. We both had our problems. Me more with drugs, her more with alcohol. We both got into recovery, and then we both ended up living in the same small, tiny town. Years later, we bumped back into each other in 2015 and started dating and quickly moved in together. Now, most of you know I lost her. I sat down and talked to her. I think it was around June 12th, but a week before she was going to leave for Jacksonville because she loved the beach. We both loved the beach. We went to the beach every weekend. I don't have a regular 9-to-5 job being an artist and all the other jobs I do with drafting and logo design and stuff like that. But she was human resource head, the head of human resources in a big company here in Connecticut. And on the weekends, we would go to the beach. The beach was our love. So there's a reason I'm telling you this, because I'm going to show you the painting in a second. Now here's something I never anticipated. Now that she's gone, I almost can't wait for summer to be over. The thought of Cape Cod or Hammonasset, Narragansett, these are all places, beaches here in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. It would just bring me instant happiness. When I felt down, there's times when I would feel down, I'd feel stress, and I would think in my head, I got just enough money, I could hop in my car and take off, even if I went by myself, just for a ride to the beach. And that always lifted my mood. It was a go-to that I always used. If I was feeling really, miserable, depressed on any one particular day, I'd just be like, man, I can go to the bank, I could pull out a couple $100 and just go, and I could do it, and I wouldn't even have to go. It would just be the thought of it. It would bring happy, it would just be a boost. And that's gone now. It's gone. This summer, I really don't care when the summer ends. I haven't been to the beach in the last month and a half, which, and any other summer I would have probably gone about 10 times in the same period. It no longer holds that joy I had, and it worries me. Like I said, that was a go-to that I would use to lift my spirits. It was something that just brought me, joy, really, and it's gone now. So I'm working through it. I'm confident. Hey, if I could kick heroin, crack cocaine, and that stuff, and 20, 25 years of it being daily addicted to that, I can do anything. So I thought about my painting. Since I moved and everything else that was going on in my life, losing my home on top of all this, I hadn't painted in a long time. So I thought about doing a painting. I went out, I got myself a large professional canvas. You'll see in a second, it's about 4 feet by 3 feet or so. And it's the thick, heavy-duty professional canvases. And I've probably spent $200 and just on the materials so far. So I don't know if I'm ever going to sell this or what. I don't anticipate selling it. I'd like to donate it. I'm still going through the options of how I could. It's going to be something to memorialize Audrey. And it's something for her, and I still haven't gone through all the options yet. But it's a picture of the beach. I spent another $100 on paints, which I'll show you in a second too. So I'm going to show you the beginning of it. The way I paint, I lay down one layer at a time. Starting, I'll give you a little secret in my painting. I'll start with the thing that's furthest away from me. I'm doing a beach scene, so the sky furthest away from me. And I don't divide it up. There's the sky, and then there's the stratus clouds, the very, very high ones. And then there's the cumulonimbus clouds. They're a little closer. And I actually figure out what's the farthest away, and I start with that. Layer that on, then layer the next one on. Next will be the ocean, then the reflection of the sky on the ocean, and then the sand, and then the shadowing from footsteps in the sand, and then the seagrass, and then the fence, the ocean fencing, maybe an ocean chair. Anyway, here, come with me. I'll show you guys the beginning of it. So this has actually helped me to start working through this. If there's anybody else going through something like I'm going through, I got to say this helps. So here we are. It's a large canvas. As you can see, it's an extra thick canvas. I just moved in here, as you guys know, so this is kind of an impromptu studio, as you can see. This place was completely remodeled, so I have to be I'm trying to be very careful that I don't get paints everywhere. I'm a very sloppy artist. All right, so here we go. So I laid down the first. This here took me almost just 2 hours, just the initial sky. The sun's gonna be right here. You can see a few of those stratus clouds up here that I told you guys about. I'm gonna put big, puffy, like purplish cumulonimbus clouds in front of the sun, which I'm gonna put here. Here's all the paints I bought for this. The ocean's gonna be this color, and it's gonna go across here. And it's going to be closer here, so it'll come down here, then it'll go up as it moves away from the viewer, and then the sand will be down here with fencing and seagrass over here. I hope that makes sense to you. You kind of got to be an artist to picture this. Just laying this down right here, I counted 6 paints. I used this one, and I believed I used the sienna brown too to just give it I call it a pollution color. It gives it a more natural color if I put in a little purple and brown, very little bit, and it kind of gives it a dark smoky quality that you can't even see, but it doesn't give it that brilliant just painted look. It gives it a more natural look. So anyway, just these, oh yeah, and then my white. Just these paints right here. It took these just to create this here. As you can see, it's more orange it's more bright here, and then I faded it and blended it as it goes over to almost a more purple. This was one of Audrey's favorite colors, a coral, and this is another one of her favorite colors. So, and I'm not going to make the ocean just this color, but I'm going to have to mix in different blues here. So it's a long process for me. It takes a long time for me to do a painting. I'm not somebody that knocks a painting out in one day. This will probably take a month. But it's helping me get through the grieving process. Like I told you guys, I never anticipated this loss of interest. This loss of, it's almost like my life is turned black and white, kind of gray. From losing this person. It just doesn't have the joy, the happiness, the exuberance that I had, for the summer, for going to the beach, for a lot of things. Not just that, there's, anytime a song comes on or music or going to the restaurant, I automatically think of her, and I just think, why bother, And I know it'll pass, but this is something that's helping me. All right. You guys have a great Friday. I'll be back later with another video. I hope you enjoyed this. And stay tuned. I can't wait for you guys to see what this looks like when it's done, because it's going to look a lot different. All right.